last year had a weird season. Under John Eustace, they started off strong and were on the up. But out of nowhere, they replaced Eustace with Rooney and everything fell apart. They even got themselves relegated. However, this season, they are smashing League One and are incredibly likely to bounce back straight to the Championship. But guys, I want to take them one step further. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today by becoming their new manager, with the goal of getting them back to the Premier League and building a world-class squad that will one day lift the Champions League. So here we are guys in season number 1 with Birmingham, and this is indeed the team that I've inherited in season number 1. The same team that in fact is killing it in League 1 right now. And for good reason, to be fair guys, because they got players like Alex Cochrane, like Christoph Clara and Christian Bielik. Not to mention their top goal scorer Jay Stansfield, who I'm really going to try my best to turn into a monster. And the good news just keeps coming guys, because majority of their best players are in their mid-20s, which means there's serious room for improvement. And there's only 3 players on the wrong side of 30. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with Birmingham. I mean, granted, there is a loan situation that we will have to face at some point, but that I don't see being an issue at all. Especially when we have 9 mil as our starting budget. For a League 1 side, that's disgusting. The only downside is we can't use the live point feature with League 1 sides, so we are starting on July 1st at the very start of the season. But to be fair, I see that as a positive thing, because that means we've got more time with this Birmingham City team to make them even stronger for season 2. Because obviously in real life they're smashing League 1, so that means that's my one and only goal for this season 2. But first things first, I want to sort out their tactics, and I'm actually going to keep their formation with a short passing build-up style and a pretty high line this time. And as you can see from the player instructions, it's pretty standard: 2 fullbacks, 2 deep lying playmakers, 1 defending and 1 roaming, and a standard front 4. And after shuffling around with the team a little bit, I fully believe this is our strongest and highest potential starting 11 we can field right now. One that can definitely win League 1. However, that does beg the question, doesn't it? What do we do with this 9 million? Well guys, I've got an idea, because I want to invest that money into our midfield. I know it's pretty strong already, but just hear me out. For starters, Park Seung-ho, the centre mid playing as a CDM, would take 56 weeks to convert to that position. And yes, we could very well use Christian Bielik as a CDM, but instead I'm converting him to a centre back, and that'll only take a fortnight. So we just need an out and out CDM to replace Park Seung-ho, and we are solid for season 1. Which is why I'm signing Danish CDM Jacob Christensen, 71 overall at only 23 years old. Got some pretty decent stats already, and because of how young he is, he's got insane amounts of time to improve. Plus he's worth a max of 4.55 mil, so if we decide to make another transfer after this, we've got plenty of money to do so. So I made Jacob Christensen our very first purchase after spending 4 mil to sign him on a 4-year deal. Now this does leave us 4 mil to spend, but honestly I don't think we need it. I mean, obviously there are some players on loan to us right now who we definitely could sign. Luke Harris would be a great addition, for example. But when we already have George Hall, who's only 1 rating lower, it doesn't really make sense to. However, one thing I am going to do, guys, is loan all 6 of these players out, because I don't want to risk them taking game time off players I really want to try and develop this year. But guys, we're not quite done just yet. Bielik's training to be a centre-back is complete. Let's see what happens. 73 rated, lovely stuff. I've also trained George Hall to become a cam, because for some reason he was a centre mid. Let's see what happens. 65 rated, beautiful. And I've trained Williamson to become a right midfielder. Can we go 3 and 3? No, we can't. 2 out of 3 isn't bad though. However, apart from those things, there's nothing more I want or can do to this Birmingham City side. So this is indeed how it looks going into season 1. I mean, right now they're absolutely killing it in real life. So if I do anything less, I'd just be doing a disservice to them. But to be fair, guys, I think we smashed it. I mean, look at these stats. Williamson got 38 goal contributions, 27 and 9 for Stanfield, 15 and 12 for Hansen. That is promising. And look at the improvements in this team as well. Our highest rated players at the start of the season was 72 rated. Alex Cochrane now is 76 overall. And on paper, it is different gravy, ladies and gents. If we haven't swamped League 1, I'll be very surprised. And that's exactly what we've done. We've battered League 1 by 20 points. 46 games played, 3 games lost, 96 goals scored. Yeah, we smashed it. We've also not done badly in the FA Cup. Blackburn knocked us out in round 3. But we didn't do well in the Carabao Cup. And unfortunately, we aren't winning the BSM trophy as Grimsby Town knock us out in the quarters. I bet MWS is happy with that. But guys, I'm so happy with this team, and not only have we been promoted to the championship, we've actually got a championship side. I mean, I'm not sure Stansfield and Williamson will be the two top goal scorers in the league by the end of next season, but you never know. But we will have our work cut out for us because Southampton, Ipswich and Wolves will be in the championship next year, alongside teams like Norwich, Luton Town, Sunderland, Burnley. Season 2 is going to be tough. But if we invest our money into this team properly next year, I don't think we'll have anything to worry about. So here we go guys, season 2 of Birmingham, and we are officially in the championship. And we frankly have a disgusting budget to work with, 60 million. But there is one problem. Looking at this team, I don't have a clue on where to put it because everybody in this starting 11 last year really performed. I mean, Williamson was our top goal scorer, Stansfield's now one of our better players, and the rest of the team is not only on championship level, but they're all mid-20s, so they'll still improve over the course of season 2. Man, I really don't know what to do. Having said that, maybe we could sign a better keeper than Bailey Peacock Farrell. I mean, he's almost 30 years old now, 73 rated. I don't see him growing too much more. And I think Bazunu would be the perfect replacement. He's mid-20s, already better than our current keeper. He's 6'2" as well with really well-rounded stats. And I know he plays for the Saints, but just hear me out. He'll be competing with Ramsdale for game time, and as you can see, he's levels above Bazunu. Whereas at Birmingham, he will be the best keeper by a mile, so he's guaranteed to play every single game. And thankfully, because of that, Gavin Bazunu agreeing to sign with us on a 5-year deal for £10 million. And with Bazunu now in this team, I genuinely don't think we're too far away from getting promotion to the Premier League. I mean, obviously some of these players will have to step their game up massively, but it's definitely not impossible. I mean, I'm looking at the championship table and I'm seeing lots of teams we can definitely get 6 points from this year. One way or another, season 2 is going to be pretty interesting. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. For our first season in the championship, these stats don't look bad at all. I mean, look at Stansfield, 26 goals, 5 assists in 52 games. He's going to be such a baller in the future. And on paper, guys, this team, you truly can't pick a fault with it. Hang on, where's our right midfielder? Why is Donovan playing? Since when did Williamson have a freaking release clause? He's gone to Wolves for 3.3 million. Oh my god, what an idiot. Does anybody else have a bloody release clause I need to worry about? Because that, I can't believe that, man. That could have jeopardized our season. Never mind could have, I think it might have done because we finished 10th in the championship. I mean, that's still a great finish to be fair, but with Williamson in the team, I don't know. I feel like we're just great playoffs. There's still no fairy tale FA Cup run, but we made it to the quarters of the Carabao Cup. Fair play, Birmingham. The thing is, though, talking about this Williamson thing, it might actually be a blessing in disguise because it's forced us to look at this team and it's actually made me see who the players are that have stepped up and the players that have sort of been left behind. Players like Ethan Laird, who's only 74 rated, Emil Hansen, only 73 rated himself, and George Hull, who's 72 rated. However, I have seen his development plan and he's still growing quite well, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But going into season 3, we know this team better than ever, so we know exactly what we need to do to get them from 10th in the league to maybe into the playoffs. But before we get to season 3 and sort that out, if you're enjoying this Birmingham City video and you want to see more content like it, drop it a big old thumbs up, get this video to 1,000 likes, and if you are new around here, subscribe whilst you're at it. So we are now in season 3 with Birmingham and we've got 10 mil in our budget. Not exactly 16, but I'll take it. And obviously, looking at the team, we need a right mid, a right back, a left mid. But I think I'm going to focus on the right side of the pitch first because that is in desperate need of more quality than the left. But next season, no matter what we do, guys, we're definitely strengthening our left midfielder position. But as for the right side, I was looking through the second tier of French football and I found 20-year-old Mamadou Diakon. He's 70 rated. He looks really good. I mean, he's got decent pace and solid dribbling. Just needs to improve his shooting and passing and he'll be a great right midfielder. And as for that right back position, I've spotted Nathan Patterson from Everton, only 24 and 74 rated himself. He's a very well-rounded right back and because his contract's expiring, we'll get a much cheaper deal on it. And because of that, we only had to spend 6.8 mil combined to sign both of these players on 5-year contracts. 6. And before anybody says, I know Laird and Patterson are the same age, but Laird's development has completely stunted, whilst Patterson's is still going strong, so that's why I've signed him. But with Deacon and Patterson now in the side, it looks like this, and I am incredibly happy with how it looks at the minute. I mean, we've got a quality striker, good keeper, defence is solid. There's nothing stopping us from absolutely smashing it in the Championship. And I've already checked as well, guys, none of our players have a release clause, so we're not going to have a nasty surprise at the end of the season. The only thing I think we're going to see at the end of this campaign is Birmingham City in the playoffs. And I was right, we finished 4th. We're in the playoffs alongside Burnley, Everton and West Brom. Bloody hell, we're up against it with those teams though. And this is what I mean, man. Everton smash us 3-1 in the semis. We remain a Championship side for at least another year. But last year we finished 10th. This season we finished 4th. So hopefully next year we can finish 1st or 2nd and forget about the playoffs entirely. As for the FA Cup, I think we've done pretty well. We made it to round 5 this time. And we made it to round 3 of the Carabao. And guys, looking at this team right now, as much as I think it is fantastic, I'm actually kind of relieved we haven't been promoted this year. I mean, granted, there's some fantastic players in this team, but overall, I don't think we're quite ready for the Premier League yet. Emil Hansen's clearly not good enough. Mamadou Diakon, whilst he's showing great potential, isn't quite ready yet either. And honestly, I'm thinking George Hall might not be. I mean, he's only grown to 75 overall. Whilst we're in these lower leagues, this is prime time for players like him to really step up. Unfortunately, that's not been the case for him, but it has been for Jay Stanfield. 28 goals, 5 assists in 53 games. This guy's a monster. Next year, it might be time to get brutal with this team, guys, especially if we want to get that jump from the Championship to finally getting Premier League football again. And guys, as we enter season 4 with Birmingham, the board actually invested in us a little bit more, which has allowed us to make one signing that is absolutely going to change the game for Birmingham City. As we've swapped Emil Hansen and spent 13.6 million on Stoke City's Bae Jun-ho. He's only 23, but he's 77 rated. Ladies and gents, he's already a Premier League standard player still playing in the Championship. This, however, means we've only got 1 mil left in our budget, so that's our window done. So for now, George Hall is indeed safe, but he's got 1 more year to prove to me why he should still be in this team, because if he doesn't, he's gone next year. But right now, we're still in the team as we enter our 4th year in charge of Birmingham City, and this is the year I want to get to the Premier League. I truly don't think there's any excuse not to this time. I mean, Burnley's in this league, granted, so is Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United, Southampton, but apart from those teams, there's no real threat to us. I'm telling you, this is our 3rd season in the Championship, and it's going to be our last one as well. And guys, what did I tell you? We are promoted to the Premier League as champions, 106 points on the board as well. We beat Nottingham Forest to 1st place, considering how well they're doing in real life. Do you know how mad that is? I don't really care about our cup runs this year, because honestly they're irrelevant. What I care about is this team and how freaking good it looks going into the Prem. I mean, you've got Patterson, Christensen, Bazunu, Jay Stansfield. What a player he's turned into. And the stats are even better. 35 and 14 for Stansfield, 40 goal contributions for Bae Jun-ho. We couldn't have asked for a better campaign. And I'll be real, I'm not even close to being worried about the Premier League. If anything, I'm excited because I honestly feel like we can definitely compete with these teams next year. That'll obviously be after we improve certain areas of the pitch with hopefully the new investment we'll get from winning the Championship. But one thing's for sure, guys, there's no chance in hell we're getting relegated. And guys, we've just arrived into season 5. We've been in charge of Birmingham for almost half a decade now, and we are officially now in the Prem. And we've actually seen some of that promotion money in our budget. We've got 76 million to spend. Now that I can work with. We've just now got to figure out where to put this money, and we've got to be brutal with that as well. Because I don't want to be anywhere near this bottom half of the table. I'd like to think we could finish inside the top 10. So with that being said, I think it's time, guys. It is time to replace George Hall. I've given him multiple chances, but every single time he's just not repaid me back. I also want to replace Diakon as well. Now, I know he's only been with us 2 years, and he has grown 7 ratings in that time, but for where we're heading, he's not good enough to help us get there. If possible, I wouldn't mind a better midfielder. I wouldn't mind a better centre-back too, but we do only have 76 million. We've got to choose our battles and when to fight them. So for now, I'm focusing on replacing George Hall, and for that, I'm going for Adrian Burnaby from Parma. 27, 83 rated, fantastically well-rounded stats. He could play as a CDM if he wanted to. However, for us, he's only going to be an attacking midfielder, and we spent 35.5 million to make sure of that. But I'm not done yet, guys, because I'm also hoping to sign Victor Sikankov for our right midfielder role. He's 4-star, 4-star, got good pace, decent passing, dribbling, just needs to bump his shooting up and he'll be perfect. I know he's only got a max of 2 to 3 years left in him, but for 25.5 million, you really can't complain. And looking at the team now, ladies and gents, I'm really happy with how he looks. However, we do still have 9 million to spend. And right now, I'm feeling kind of lucky. So I'm going to take a look in this free agents list to see if they've got anybody worth signing. And guys, we've hit the absolute jackpot. Yassine Adli's somehow a free agent, and so is Zeno van der Bosch. Both very good players, and both can definitely slot straight into the starting 11. And with the signings of both Yassine Adli and Zeno van der Bosch, that officially wraps up our transfer window. And it leaves the team looking like this heading into our first season in the Prem. And guys, I've got a very strong feeling we can get a top 10 finish. I mean, we've just had an amazing transfer window. We've got a fantastic goalie and one of the best strikers in the world. So I truly would not be surprised if this team blows everybody out of the water this year. And what do you know? I was bang on again. We are 7th in the Prem as a newly promoted team. Only 5 points outside the top 6 as well. Next year, scrap top 6 though. I want top 4 football. I mean, we were only 6 points off that. However, in the FA Cup, it's not so great. Burnley knocked us out straight away. And Leeds knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. But honestly, who cares? Because this team just got a top 8 finish as a newly promoted side. I don't think you understand how crazy that is. But looking at the stats, I'm struggling to figure out how we actually pulled that off. I mean, Stansfield was our top goal scorer and he only got 19 goal contributions overall. How on earth have we done this then? It must have been a lot of close games, guys, because we scored 56 overall and conceded 50. I'm guessing a lot of 1-0 wins and 2-1 wins. But the fact is, this year we finished 7th and next year I want top 4 football. Which means in season 6, I feel like our defense needs improving because it's by a country mile the weakest part of the team. So hopefully, because we finished 7th and done well in the Prem, the board are going to actually back us and get us one step closer to making Birmingham City the best team in the world. So here we are in season 6 with Birmingham, and it's time to try and get this team Champions League football. However, guys, there's an issue. We only have 52 million to spend this year. Now, granted, that is a lot of money, but nowhere near enough to get this team top 4 football. So, guys, I think it's time we take matters into our own hands. I mean, as you can see from our squad up, we've got a lot of players with quite a bit of money. I mean, Stansfield's worth over 120 million for goodness sake. But there's no chance I'm selling him. I'm going to be selling players that I don't necessarily think we need anymore. Like George Hall, for example, he's worth 14 million and he's only a backup to Burnaby. He's 81 rated, got a 23 mil market value. The only reason we haven't been able to use him is because it's taken him too long to convert to either a CDM or a cap. And on top of those 2 players I just mentioned, we've got a whole batch of players ready to be sold, guys. And once they have all been cleared out, we're going to have a lot of money to spend. And guys, I wasn't joking. We've sold all these players. Leonard's gone for 28.4, 23 for Clara, 24 for Cochrane. We're going to have way more than 100 mil. In fact, it's closer to 200 million. We've got 160 in our budget. And if we spend that money properly on this team, there's no reason we can't get top 4. But it's clear now our defense needs the most investment because it's really taken a hit in this window. And trust me when I say I'm not messing around. I'm going for Milos Kerkez, who's 25, 84 rated. He's an unbelievably well-rounded player, and most importantly, he's affordable. Just like Livramento, as his contract's expiring, he's 26, 85 rated, and he's got perfect stats for a fullback. And together, they only cost 76.9 mil to sign on a 5-year deal. And then Pear looks so good on the wings, man. We just need a better centre-back, and we are solid. And I can't think of anybody better than Levi Colwill, mid-20s, 85 rated. He's pacey, got fantastic defending and physicality, and most importantly, we can afford him. And with the signing of Levi Colwill for 58 million, that officially wraps up our window. But crikey, what a window it was. Milos Kerkez, Livramento, and Levi Colwill. We've not just built this team for the present, we built it for the future. And frankly, guys, if I'm being honest, taking a look at it now, I think we've done a damn good job of doing that. Now, guys, I'll admit, because we finished 7th, I was hoping we'd get some European competition, but unfortunately, we didn't make the cut. However, with this team, I'm planning on skipping the Conference League and Europa League and getting straight to the UCL next year. And we've done it top 4 football is secure, and so is Champions League football. Oh my god, Birmingham are cracked, man. I actually think at some point we'll topple Man City. I say that, guys, we can't even beat bloody Wickham in the FA Cup. However, guys, slowly but surely, we're getting there with Birmingham. We are one step closer to winning the UCL. And these stats in comparison to last year are so much better, man. Sikankov had a cracking year. But there's a couple of things we've got to worry about. We need to replace Sikankov for starters, guys, because as you can see, he's going down in rating. We also need a stronger centre-back than Zeno van der Bosch, because he's our weakest link in the team by a mile now. And we need a bit more quality for our depth. But if we can sort all three of those things out next year, we might just be looking at the next Champions League winners. And guys, as we enter the new season with Birmingham City, I've just made a signing that I believe will take us one step closer in making that happen. Because I've just spent £56 million on right midfielder Francisco Conceição. He's 27, 85 rated, a fantastic player, and you don't need to tell me, I know I just butchered his name. But he'll make a phenomenal addition to the team, as will Wilfried Singo, a centre-back who's 29, 85 rated. At 6'3", he's an absolute monster as well, plus his contract's expiring, which means it only cost us 38.9 mil to sign him for 3 years. Now, this does leave us 41 million, and whilst we do need to improve our bench, there is one more thing I want to do with that money, and that is to replace Bae Jun-ho with someone better, because honestly, over the last couple of years, he's gone under the radar, and he's been underperforming. But I found someone who's definitely going to perform for us. Manchester United's Mikey Moore, 22, 83 rated. He's rapid and got great dribbling, but he's worth 43 million. So if we are to make this happen, we're going to have to throw a player into it. So I'm offering 25 mil alongside Bae Jun-ho. I know we probably overpaid like this, but I really don't want to take any chances. But they don't want Bae Jun-ho anyway. They want 48.6 mil. United, honestly, what's the point in that? We could maybe offer them Sikankov. I mean, he's going down in rating anyway, isn't he? This time, though, we're offering 32 mil alongside him. I swear, if they turn this down, I'm going to go nuts. Oh my god, they still don't want him. Honestly, United, you can go suck one now. I'm going to go after somebody else, United. I ain't giving you a penny of my money. And after looking in the French league, I found Swedish left midfielder Sebastian Nanasi. He's not as fast as Mikey Moore, but he's definitely more well-rounded, and he's 36 million too. And we are starting the bid off with 20 mil alongside Bae Jun-ho. I swear, if they reject this, there's going to be something seriously wrong. Thank God for that. We finally got our left midfielder, and it's only cost us 20 million, really. And there he is in the Birmingham City kit. There's just one more thing we need to do now, and that is to sign squad depth for our bench. And luckily, the free agents list has come in clutch with all 4 of these players in all 4 of the positions we need. And with that, our transfer window's done, but look at the state of our starting 11. Literally no weakness now. And the bench is just a stat now. We've got quality everywhere, and I'm really hoping that's going to be the difference maker, as for the first time with Birmingham City, we're in the Champions League. And to be fair, it's not a bad start in the Premier League either. But I've now done all I can this year, and as daft as this sounds, with how good we've made this team now, they could win absolutely everything this year if they put it in on the pitch. And this is what I'm talking about. We've won the Premier League with Birmingham by 1 point. What did I tell you guys? Our team's good enough to win everything. Granted, we haven't won the Carabao Cup, but we've won the Carabao Cup, beating Chelsea to do it. Oh my god, we're on a roll. And it just gets better, guys. We are through to the round of 16 after finishing 4th in the league phase. But that is as far as we've made it, guys, because AC Milan annihilate us 4-2. How on earth has that happened? But looking at the team, it does make sense. Bazunu is injured, man. I wonder how long he's been out for. Well, he's had a broken elbow. He'll be back in 3 weeks, so I reckon he's been out for a fair few months, you know. But when you look at the goals and assists our players have got, they picked up the slack. I mean, Stansfield, Burnaby, Conceição, Nanasi, they have absolutely smashed it. And now that we've won the Premier League with Birmingham City, there's only one more thing left to do, and that is indeed win the Champions League. And because in Season 8, the board have backed us, we've taken a step in the right direction in making that happen, as we've just signed Xavi Simons for a whopping 118.3 million. He's one of the best attacking midfielders in the world, and I thought instead of buying backup for Burnaby, why don't you just get somebody better than him? And that still leaves us 48 million. But I know exactly what to do with this. I want a better second choice than Dean Henderson, because if Bazunu gets injured again like he did last year, I don't want an 81 rated keeper replacing an 88 rated one. So I'm I'm going to sign Julian Agarizabala from West Ham. He's 30, 85 rated. He's insanely well-rounded for a keeper. I don't see why we shouldn't sign him. So that's exactly what I did by spending 26.5 million on him. And not only now is the starting 11 unbelievably stacked, so is the bench in pretty much every single position. And hopefully that'll help us to this time get a little bit further than the round of 16 in the UCL. But you never know, do you? I mean, we're off to a bad start straight away because Colwell's bloody injured. That right there isn't a good sign. But we're sim to the end of the season and we've won the Premier League again, this time by 10 bloody points. Oh my god, we have well and truly made Birmingham a powerhouse. We've also won the Community Shield and we just miss out on the FA Cup. That's the only trophy, including the UCL by the way, that we haven't won. We haven't won the Carabao Cup this time either. But so far we are 2 for 4 and it could still be 3 out of 5 as we are through to the next round in the UCL. And that's where we smashed Napoli 4-1. We've just beaten Juve and we get our revenge on Milan from last year. We're playing Barca in the final. Oh, that is sweet revenge. They knocked us out last year in the round of 16 and we annihilate them to get to the final this time. But I've got to be honest, looking at that team, I'm slightly worried. That's got to be one of the strongest teams I have faced so far in FC25 in the UCL final. But I've got to be honest, these stats fill me with confidence, especially Stansfield, 48 goal contributions in 61 games. What a player he's turned into, by the way. And considering this was a League One side when we first took charge of them, I think the team getting into the final is pretty damn decent. And of course, we've got Stanfield in the team, the only OG from Season 1, to be fair. But if you've been keeping track, this has been one of the most successful teams yet. The only trophies we haven't won are the FA and the freaking UCL. But we could change that right now, as all we've got to do to become the best team in the world now is beat Barcelona in the final. And here we go, the game kicks off. Isak on the... Hang on a minute, that's not who I saw in the starting 11 on the opponent analysis bit. Did the EA just mug me off? But regardless, he's who we're up against, as is Kumas, but we've just flattened him. We got a bit of space to run into on the right. This is good. This is absolutely promising. We're going to heel chop this inside. Can we take a dink from distance? Just wide. That is a good effort though. 18 minutes in, first shot secure. Here comes Barcelona now. They've got freaking Cole Palmer. They've got bloody everybody. Here comes the Portuguese magician though. Oh, that is a beautiful bit of play. Stansfield, don't mess this up. What a finish. 25 minutes in, we take the lead. Bro, that all came from our right midfielder, the Portuguese man whose name I can't pronounce, so I'm not even going to try to. But he did so well, drawing the defenders out, leaving a bit of room for Stansfield in behind, and bang, get in 1-0. Barca have a free kick here. Oh my goodness, that was too close for comfort. I'll say this though, Barca, since going a goal down, they've really turned that... Look at our Portuguese winger go. Oh my goodness, he's so good on the ball. Here we go though, second half, guys. Nanasi's doing decent on the left-hand side. Nobody's really with him though. Xavi Simons, he's on the ball here. Oh, okay, he's going to receive it back. He's going to take a dink from distance. Almost sneaks in. I really want to win this game, don't get me wrong, but I also want to score a banger of a goal. And I've legit just seen they brought on Lamine Yamal for Kumas. How stacked is this Barca team? And here comes Cole Palmer. Oh, he's in behind Colwell, and that's one apiece for God's sake. What can you do against that, man? Honestly, even on his right foot, he's banging him in like it's his best foot. And they're on the attack once again. Lamine Yamal on the ball this time. Good defending Colwell. Nanasi is on the ball, though. He's going to look for Stansfield. Can he get there ahead of Vanderberg? He's done. Oh, he almost did. But Stansfield could feed in Xavi Simons. Okay, this is beautiful. This is a golden opportunity to get the lead once again. And we take it, Xavi Simons. 2-1 after the hour mark. We take the lead once again with a beautiful finish. We still haven't got breathing room though, guys. Barcelona are next level at the minute. Well, here we come now. We've got the upper hand on the left-hand side of the pitch. Nanasi, we're going to try and get inside to Stansfield. Okay, we got the ball to him. Can we find a bit of room? Yes, we can. Taking the shot, and it's saved. Levi Colwell on the ball. Okay, I tell you what, let's have a dink from distance. Oh my God, that almost dinked in. Bro, did you not see that? I've also just noticed that Barca have got a red card, so we're against 10 men now. Don't know what that's made of, but I'm not going to say no to it as Nanasi's on the ball now. Oh my God, what a goal! Bro, we tried it with Corwell, it didn't work. We tried it with Nanasi, it bloody worked. That's got to be the best goal I've scored on this game so far. I did one not long ago that I didn't think was going to go in, but that one I think surpasses it. I tell you what, if you're still watching this video right now, that was definitely worth staying for, wasn't it? And guys, we could get another one as Stansfield is on. Okay, maybe he can't take long shots, can he? And here comes Nanasi, the absolute screamer. Got to tell you what, he's got a bit of room. Let's try it once again. Oh my God. Hey, you want a 4 off? Levi Colwell on the ball. We're going to take a shot from distance once again. It is saved, but that is the full-time whistle. Barcelona 1, Birmingham 3. We have officially successfully made them the best team in the world. And you know what? I actually thought that was quite easy. Birmingham, we took over them in League One, and it only took us 8 years to get to the Champions League final and win it. We obviously had Stanfield, Bielik, and of course Bazunu early on to help us along the way, but that's still pretty impressive. We won the Premier League, FA Cup, FA Community Shield, and now we have won the Champions League. And that's where this video comes to an end. If you have enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, drop it a big old thumbs up, get it to 1,000 likes, and smash that subscribe button if you're new around here. I'm going to take a nap because I'm knackered now, but if you want to watch another one of my videos, click right here because YouTube recommends you watch this one.